Okay, I'm going to do a review of Aces EFI Deuces Wild fuel injection kit. First and foremost, I don't work for them. They're not paying me. I'm just doing this to help out anyone that might be looking to do the similar thing. So a little background on the car: 1981 Buick Skylark. I got it out of Baltimore, Maryland. It was on the way to the scrapper, and I figured I'd save it. One of the things I liked about it is that it has a factory CB radio, and as a fan of GMX bodies, it was a feature I had only ever seen in the brochures, never in an actual car. So there you have it, and the grapevine guy. So anyhow, I did a Cadillac 4.5 V8 motor swap about 3 years ago and ran the factory ECM, which became very frustrating for drivability. Caddy kind of locks their stuff down and does everything through data rather than analog inputs. So I couldn't offset idle when I turned AC on, so in the summer it would idle like crap. And then it always wanted to surge at stoplights because the idle was set higher to pull, you know, big heavy caddies. Well, this car weighs about half of what the Cadillac V8 came out of. So January 25, I found Aces online through a friend of mine, read up on their stuff, and the way I say it to simplify it is, after 20 years of doing motor swaps, it's like somebody asked me, what do you want in the box? So their kit at the time was 600 bucks. ECM, brand new throttle body with all the sensors, complete wiring harness. It's fully labeled. Extremely helpful if you've done motor swaps before. I don't have to pen things out, things of that nature. Comes with a wideband O2, so you're going to get really good tunability. And then the 5-inch display / controller. So that was the ticket for me. Read the instructions. One of the things that I'll point out here is they're very particular about clean voltage. So you have a post for the positive and negative, and that is the only voltage that goes to the ECM. Those two relays there come off the stock ignition signal, and they give clean battery voltage to both the Deuces Wild ECM, and I'm also running their high roller CDI ignition box. So even their ignition signal has been cleaned from the battery. And this is done basically so when you get a voltage spike anywhere in the system, off the alternator, a fan, the starter, if it's in line to the battery, that spike goes through the ECM. If the spike has to come to the battery before it goes to the ECM, i.e. having it on a dedicated post, the battery absorbs the spike and it protects the electronics long term. So anyhow, very happy with the quality, straight out of the box. I primed the fuel system, it fired the first time. I knew I had something good at that point. I ran it for a couple of days. It ran good out of the box. You could tell it was doing all the fuel burn. Being a smaller V8, I did run into some idle issue because it was hitting the limit of how much fuel it would remove. Once I understood that and made the adjustments in the advanced tuning software to remove out of the main fuel table, at the same time I turned over the ignition control to the ECM, and it went from running good to running great. So it's my daily driver, and I'll fire it up for you. Obviously, that idle's nice. I have it set fairly low. It does offset when you turn the AC on. Vision indicator lights. The second one is pulsing ignition. Obviously, that's mirrored out of the CDI box as well. On a side piece. The only thing I needed to buy that wasn't in the box, and again, it's because this is a universal throttle body injection, is the white throttle body adapter that you see there. I went with a plastic polymer one so it wouldn't transfer as much heat, given the small engine bay. Heat soak's kind of a thing, but it's been running great. Took it on multiple hour road trips, 100 degrees outside, AC still blows cold, so pretty happy with it. If you're thinking about it, I would recommend looking into Aces. They've got good quality stuff. Every time I reached out for help with stuff, they gave me good information, and they were very pleasant to deal with. So hope that helps somebody. Cheers.